Let's stick to our focus on tourism in South Africa. Sanpark is postponing its free access week to November due to concerns over COVID-19 numbers. National Parks Week usually takes place every September. Joining us now for more is Sanpark's spokesperson, Rey Thakhuli. Thank you very much, Dr. Thakhuli, for your time. This is very sad. Didn't you postpone last year as well?
Masego, indeed, we did postpone last year, and the reasons are basically the same. If you look at the sheer numbers that we attract in some of the national parks, I mean, if you look at 2019 alone, we attracted about over 80,000 people who came through, and that in itself it posed a challenge because already there are patrons that are already in the parks. So we do not want to actually, increase or rather contribute to the increase of the numbers of people, testing positive to COVID-19. So that's why we had to really postpone and look at the data at a later date.
How dire has the situation been, Dr. Thakhuli, at Sanparks? Have you had to, for instance, let go of employees?
Certainly not. We have not. We are quite fortunate that we have not really let go of employees. I think we are cushioned by the fact that over 80% of our tourists or visitors into our national parks are actually South Africans. So there are really people that take advantage of this national park. In fact, some of them take going to a national park as pilgrimage, because you have people that actually on a yearly basis they plan to visit a certain national park. So we have been very, very fortunate. In that sense, we are definitely seeing a steady increase in terms of domestic tourism or our own citizens coming into our national parks. But we're not where we're supposed to be. We're not really where we're supposed to be, because as you know that international tourists are not coming at this particular moment. So, but we are fortunate that South Africans are still very much visiting our national parks.
I think the tourism sector, and Dr. Thakhuli, has been very vocal in terms of trying to get South Africans to travel their own country. I know you're saying we're not, or Sanparks is not exactly where it should be by now because of the international travel part of things. But are you seeing more people travel to your parks domestically now compared to before COVID-19?
What is interesting, Masego, is that we are observing a significant increase in camping occupancy specifically. Perhaps people feel that they have more control over the environment when camping. So camping is quite popular at this particular moment. I mean, we are now approaching the school holidays, and we've seen that most of our national parks are still very much available. Although, some in terms of our chalets are fully booked, but there's a lot of available accommodation in our camping sites. And that has become quite an interesting, observation that we have seen up to this far.
And of course, I think a lot of people within the industry have been urging people to get vaccinated so that at least international travelers would be happy with our herd immunity or the number of people that we vaccinated and feel safer coming this side.
Absolutely. We would actually share those sentiments that people should definitely get vaccinated. It's for the good of the country. And we think that will actually also a great initiative for people that will encourage people to visit our tourist attraction in our country. So we certainly share those sentiments that people should really try to vaccinate, also observe the protocols that are given in as far as COVID-19 is concerned. So we are in Sanparks aligning ourselves with those protocols. We are providing sanitizers. We encourage people to wear their masks all the time. And in our offices, in fact, what we've done now, we've also launched a campaign where we are saying we don't even want to exchange money with our tourists. So we therefore encourage them to book online, so that we don't have queues. That in itself will ensure that people do not, have close contact, and we will be dealing quite well with this COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Rey Thakhuli, the spokesperson for Sanpark.